Alright guys, let me go ahead and get situated here. It is hot. I'm probably going to be sweating my breasts off. And you know why? I figured it out. Do you remember? This is a heating pad, by the way. This is a weighted heating pad. Never seen such a thing, but my dad's been using it on his back. And I said, wow, go ahead and pass it on over. Share the wealth, son. Because it's about that time. I got really bad heartburn again. Like, I can't get over it. I didn't wake up with it, but as the days progressed, I've gotten heartburn. Oh yeah, anyway. Do you remember the last video I did here? Or the second to last one? And I found a battery. Like a little T90 battery. And I was like, I don't know where this went. Well, it went to the fan. The fan. So, I gotta remember what I did with the battery. Some of y'all might misplace something. It could be because, I don't know, it's just in a different spot, or you're moving spots, or it's from this spot to that spot, or putting something from over here to over here. Whether it's moving it around within the home, or vehicles, changing vehicles, or changing environments. Anyway. Wow, I don't even know. This is kind of unbearable. It's like really hot. I just got choked on my spit. There's a lot going on in this message. It's taken us a minute to get started, but I don't believe anything's a coincidence, so it's part of it. Here we go with the eye watering. I did write down some things that I was getting. Bear with me. This is for Sagittarius or Sagittarius cross watcher. I didn't even start off with that. You can reverse this if you need to. So here's what I think's going on. I heard this, and the way that it's worded is what tells me like the tone of your connection with someone. I do love you, right? When you put do in there in the middle of I love you, I do love you. I do love you. That tells me the tone. I do love you. I do care about you. You're always going to be special to me. But like, what's the but here? There's a but. This almost feels like this is a relationship where two people are kind of at each other's throats. Like, I love you, but you drive me crazy. Or I love you, but this is like, we're like roommates at this point. We've been together so long, or I don't know. Or this is two people who might be splitting up, and it could be, I do love you. It's like amicable. It's probably more amicable than the two being together. You know, it's like, I do love you, but you and I both know this is not good, and we can just get along, especially if there's children, get along for the kids, get along for our pets, and do what we got to do. Aside from that, then, you know, I get two scenarios. I get two people who I think are not together anymore, and then I get people who are together, probably have been together for a long time, lots of history under the belt, and both people are probably thinking, I love you, but like, it almost feels like the passion's gone, or it just, when it comes, it's like for a day or a week, or you know what I mean? It's like, oh, we have passionate sex, or we have passionate moments, or we laugh and cut up sometimes, but other times I want to basically hide your body. I wasn't going to say that, but geez. I feel like if you get to that point, why are you with each other? You know what I mean? But that's just me. Everybody's got their own story. So that's what we've got going on here. Oh, 9 o'clock. Well, not that it was 9 o'clock on my dot. It was 9 on my thing. The number 9 is specific here. Give me a minute. I just got a call from my daughter. I'm going to take that because you never know. And I'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that. Resume timer. When your kids call, you got to answer, you know, especially when they get older and they start driving, and you answer that damn phone, you know what I mean? It does make things easier when your kids get older, though, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, your stress never goes away. Like, never. You're constantly worried, probably a little worried more. In fact, I feel like I'm holding my breath right now. Every time she drives. I mean, she's a great driver, but you never know about other people. Anyway, yeah, so there's that. She's let me know she's on her way here. Also, as soon as I paused the video to call her back, I'm like, oh, no wonder I'm hot. I have the damn heating pad on me. I mean, I got a sweater on, but it has to be hot in this house because my grandma's on blood thinner. So she gets cold. You got to keep it warm. So there's that. And then I got this heating pad on. I'm asking for it. It's like hell up in this beep. Okay, so yeah, I do love you. This is two people who do care about each other. They do. They have a history. They have a long history. They have a past. They probably have a family together. Okay? Or whatever they consider or deem as family. It's family to them. They've grown together, but also I feel grown apart. This may even be something where it's been at times knocked down, drag out. Knocked down, drag out. Getting a little crazy up in there. Getting a little, where when it's bad, it's really bad. And we've said some really awful things to each other. We've shut each other out at times. We don't necessarily tell each other everything. And then we do, and then we don't. And then we work through it, and then we can't. And then we bicker, and then, you know what I mean? It's too on and off for both people, at least for one. But I feel like both. I feel like this is a mutual thing. And then there's also this vibe here of like, well, I'll do it myself. Because what did I just talk about? Independence. My daughter getting her independence. All of us go through that when we have children. Eventually they get their independence, and it's almost like that's what someone's wanting here. Like they love the idea of family and all that in their relationship, but they also don't want to lose their independence. Totally get it. Nothing wrong with that. It's a huge reason that I like to be single. Lots of reasons. That's a huge one. So yeah, it's like someone here wants their life back, their independence back. Maybe they got married really young, or they've been with the same person again for a really long time, for the majority of their life, and or just years and years now. Maybe someone also just feels like they could benefit from separation. This could be people separating, or all outright ending things, divorcing if anyone's married, or also people who are not planning on actually doing any of that, but they're like, they may stay together, but it's not the greatest right now. You know what I mean? And things, any relationship you have with anyone, whether it's romantic or not, they go through that. They go through their phases and their ups and downs and highs and lows. And I feel like we have a relationship here that's kind of been a little high and low, where it's like, I almost hear somebody threatening or saying, not even a threat, it's a promise, honey, is how I hear it. Damn. Oh, it's a butterfly. See, change, metamorphosis. And butterflies, they're alone. Yeah, you may see them flitting around other butterflies, but when they go through that change, there ain't no two butterflies in there like twins. No, it's one butterfly going through that isolation, that metamorphosis. So, not afraid to be alone. It's like, I don't need you. Go, if there has been a fight, there could be something like this. Like, why would I want to spend the rest of my life with someone who doesn't help me or make me feel loved? Or I get like there's been some harsh things said. If anyone hasn't, they've thought it. Like, I can do it on my own. I'll just do it myself anyway. I'll do it myself. There's nothing wrong with that, but I do sense some threats. There might have been some threats where someone's just thinking it like, I don't need you. Go be with someone else. Maybe we don't belong together. Maybe we've grown apart. It just feels like this has been a lot of work. This has been a whole lot of work, which I don't know any relationship with anyone that's not a lot of work. But this feels different. It's almost more of a downer at times. And it feels like, it almost feels, and I don't really want to use the word abuse here because I don't sense that. But if we could think of it in any terms, I would say maybe it's like emotional abuse. I could sense that, or maybe it's been kind of like, I can't do this anymore. I really genuinely can't. It doesn't feel heavy though. Why does it not feel heavy to me? Because this isn't someone's first rodeo. This isn't two people who are no longer together or who are leaving each other right now and kind of figuring it out. Maybe co-parenting or things like that. Or two people who are staying together. They're not going to leave each other, but just they're going through the same thing just with staying together. Yeah. It's been work. It's been a whole lot of work. To the point where it almost feels like I want I want to look forward to my relationship. I want to look forward to seeing you every day. I want to be happy, and I'm not happy. If anything, I'm more stressed. My cortisol levels are through the roof. I'm gaining weight in the back of my neck. Or, you know, and that's some real shit though. That's some real shit. And stress will fuck you up. My thyroid's all out of whack, or I can't sleep well, or I'm always tense and I'm always stressed and I'm just not happy. Like the way that I'm starting to look at life and love is like, God, it's just, you know what, I can do it myself. I know that I can do this myself. Maybe that's what I'm meant to do. Maybe I'm just meant to do this on my own, or I don't know. Let's say you got two people who are staying together. It's almost like they're more roommates than partners. Like they hang out together and do things together and eat dinner together and whatever, when they're not working, when they're not traveling. But when they're together, it's like, or maybe even when they are working, especially if they work together. Not many people do, but some people do. And it's like, other than that, it feels like a companion. Like when you have a puppy, you have a companion. And it can be like that, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like, if we're wanting a romantic relationship, this is like a companion, you know? And so I guess my question here would be, it depends on what each individual person is looking for, what they're wanting at this point in their life, because we always change. So it works, you know, you see some of the relationships working, not all of them, but some relationships you'll see where people can stay together a long time that are genuine because two people have changed together. They've changed alongside one another. So, you know, but that's kind of rare. A lot of times people can stay together still, but it'd be just out of, like, we have to more so than we want to, than we, you know. So you can see all kinds of different things out there. And in this sense, it's more like, I feel like we've almost been like holding on, avoiding an inevitable ending, but neither of us are really excited about the other one. And just because we get excited one day or 1 month out of our entire existence, like, you know what I'm saying? Our entire time being together, because it feels like it's like this, like it's not always bad and it's not always good, but it's very inconsistent. And that's the key, is it's like, I almost appreciate you better when I'm away from you, or I would appreciate you better, or this better, or what we've created together better if I wasn't forced to have to be around you all the time, or if we just kind of let each other go, maybe things will be better for both of us. That's how this feels. Again, it doesn't feel heavy. It feels like two people who really want this. Like, it's time type thing. It's just time. That's the but. It's like, I do love you. It could be definitely marriage here for some. Or the talk of marriage, or common law marriage or something. It's like, I do, because I do. You say that as vows. It's almost like breaking the vows before breaking the vows, or outright breaking the vows. But that's why you got to be careful with vows, because who made those vows? Whatever the vows are, I'm not talking just marriage vows, but any vows. A promise is a promise, right? At the time, till you get older and you change. What you thought you wanted then, you don't even want when you're older, right? Now, some people do, but some people don't. You know, I can't tell you how much I've changed. I hardly believe anything that I used to believe in before. I mean, it's like a totally different person. Like, I even think when I got married years ago, of course I've been divorced for a long time now, but listen, when I got married, I was thinking, ew, like, if I ever even sort of gave a fuck about getting married again, I would never, well, mom says never say never, but vows, like the way that I wrote my vows before, like the whole I'm underneath you, basically, and blah, 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 like, my old beliefs are a complete turnoff to me now, you know? I'm just a different person. So it feels like two people who've grown apart because they've just grown. They've just grown. And it's like, why force a square block into a circle hole? Like, it's just gonna be brutal. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna rip it wide open, if it can even go in there, you know? It just feels like two people who at one point may have fit very well together, but they just probably don't anymore, whether they're still keeping it together and they're going to do it anyway, or they're going to vamos, get out of there. It's like, it can still be difficult, you know, it can be difficult to make that decision, especially if there's family involved, like children and things like that. But if they're just, if both people are very honest with them and open and tell them kind of how they feel and stuff, I think that sets a good example for the children. But everybody thinks things differently, so there's no right or wrong, I guess. But I think it is positive for the children when their parents can be honest with themselves, because it teaches the children to be honest with themselves, you know? And there's like a sticking in my throat right now. So, yeah. But then some people will say, well, I'm not a quitter, and that's giving up. And it's like, or is it just our ego that just doesn't want to say, like, admit defeat or something? Wow, something's going on with the throat. It's probably because I'm hot, though. So that's what I'm getting, guys. I guess we'll leave it here. I think we got what we needed. You know, the timer already went off. I totally forgot the timer went off, but thank you guys for being here with me. Oh yeah, I need to find that battery. Some of you are finding it hard to get like the energy you need right now to do the things you need to do. It's just like draining. Are you really tired lately? Or just exhausted, like, fatigue, exhausted, like this, right? Up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah. My back is killing me. Thank you guys for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.